Welcome aboard the iconic XPT, Australia's express passenger train connecting two bustling cities, Sydney and Melbourne. A symbol of speed and comfort since its debut in the 1980s, the XPT has more to it than meets the eye. Today, we'll dive into fascinating unknown facts about this rail marvel that spans over 900 kilometers of history, innovation, and intrigue. Did you know the XPT stands for Express Passenger Train, but its origins trace back to the British Rail's InterCity 125? The design of the XPT was heavily inspired by this world-famous train. However, it's not an exact replica. Engineers had to modify the train to suit Australian conditions, including hotter temperatures and longer distances between stops. The XPT's engines are no ordinary machines. They're powered by the legendary Paxman Valenta diesel engines, originally built for military vessels. These robust engines were chosen for their durability, making the XPT a reliable workhorse for long hauls, even in extreme conditions. One of the lesser-known facts is that the XPT's route between Sydney and Melbourne is Australia's busiest interstate rail corridor. The journey spans approximately 11 hours, passing through picturesque towns like Goulburn, Albury, and Wagga Wagga. But here's the twist: the XPT doesn't always run at full speed. Despite being capable of 160 km per hour, much of the track limits its speed to around 100,120 km per hour due to infrastructure constraints. Another hidden gem about the XPT is its exceptional maintenance regime. The train undergoes regular overhauls at Sydney's Meeks Road Depot. The engineers here are like surgeons, ensuring every part of the train remains in peak condition. Some of them have been maintaining the XPT since its launch. Here's a quirky fact: the XPT is one of the few trains in the world where you can experience 3 time zones in one journey. That's because New South Wales observes daylight saving time, while Victoria doesn't. It's a fun little quirk that passengers experience when traveling during the time change. The XPT has also seen its share of drama. In the late 1980s, it set a speed record for Australian trains, reaching 193 km per hour during a test run. However, it's not always been smooth sailing. The XPT has had to contend with aging infrastructure and increasing competition from low-cost airlines, making its future a topic of debate. Despite the challenges, the XPT has a loyal fanbase. For many Australians, it's not just a train but a beloved piece of the nation's rail history. Passengers often share stories of their journeys, whether it's a first train ride as a child or a memorable trip through the Australian countryside. The XPT may not be the newest or the fastest train, but it's a testament to Australian ingenuity and resilience. As it continues to bridge the gap between Sydney and Melbourne, it carries with it decades of stories, landscapes, and memories. The XPT's stretch factor. While the XPT was inspired by Britain's InterCity 125, it had to be adapted significantly to suit Australia's unique rail infrastructure. The most notable adjustment was to accommodate the broader, standard gauge tracks in Australia. This meant widening the carriages and reinforcing the bogies to ensure stability and safety, especially on older, rural tracks that were not built for high-speed trains. Engineers also had to account for extreme temperature variations across the Australian landscape, making the XPT a true hybrid of British design and Australian ingenuity. A rare overnight train, in a world dominated by airlines and highways, the XPT stands out as one of the few remaining options for overnight rail travel in Australia. Between Sydney and Melbourne, passengers can book sleeper cabins that transform from seats to fold-down beds, offering a nostalgic and comfortable way to travel long distances. This service harks back to the golden age of rail, where trains were more than just a means of transport, they were an experience in themselves. The XPT sleeper cars are a favorite among travelers seeking both convenience and a sense of adventure. A secret, ghost train, reputation. Running through remote areas at night, the XPT has developed an intriguing reputation as the ghost train. The nickname stems from its quiet passages through sparsely populated regions, especially between smaller towns where the stations may see only a handful of passengers boarding. Add to that the dim lighting inside the train and the eerie, open landscapes outside, and it's no surprise that travelers and locals alike have spun tales of mysterious sightings and experiences on these nighttime journeys. The unofficial record holder, in the late 1980s, the XPT conducted a test run to showcase its speed capabilities, reaching an impressive 193 km per hour, making it the fastest train in Australia at the time. However, due to track infrastructure and safety regulations, its operational speed remains capped at 160 km per hour, and even that is only possible on select stretches of track. This makes the test run a piece of unofficial history that rail enthusiasts still talk about today. Unique naming tradition. Each XPT locomotive is named after a town or city in New South Wales. This tradition began as a way to celebrate the communities the train serves, fostering a sense of connection between the railway and the people along its route. For example, you might ride aboard the City of Dubbo, or the City of Grafton, each bearing a plaque honoring its namesake location. Connection to the Sydney 2000 Olympics. The XPT played a key role during the Sydney 2000 Olympics, transporting athletes, officials, and spectators between Sydney and other major cities. Special schedules and extra services were added to accommodate the influx of visitors. It wasn't just a mode of transportation, it was part of the infrastructure that helped Australia showcase its global event to the world. Its hidden lifespan challenge. While the XPT has served passengers reliably for over 4 decades, its aging fleet presents a challenge. Many of the trains still in operation date back to the 1980s, meaning they are well past the typical lifespan of modern trains. Plans to replace the XPT with a new fleet of regional trains are underway, but for now, the XPT continues to defy time, proving the durability of its design. An unexpected role in films. The XPT has had its moment in the spotlight, appearing in several Australian films and TV shows. Its sleek, retro design makes it a favorite for directors looking to capture the essence of classic rail travel. Though often uncredited, the train is a silent star in productions showcasing Australia's rich transportation history. The quirky time zone experience. Travelers on the Sydney to Melbourne route during daylight saving time experience a unique quirk. The train crosses from New South Wales, which observes daylight saving, into Victoria, which does not. This means the clock on your phone might jump back an hour mid-journey, only to adjust again when returning. It's a small, amusing detail that adds character to the journey and keeps passengers on their toes. So, next time you step aboard the XPT, take a moment to appreciate its rich legacy. Who knows, you might uncover your own story aboard this legendary train. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rail adventures.